The hype surrounding the upcoming bout between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua is unlike anything else, but it seems like King Kong wants in. That's right, Luis King Kong Ortiz is itching to get in on this action. The heavyweight is down to fight any of the two opponents before the end of this year. In today's video, we'll tell you all about the Cuban's challenge to his Brit opponents. Stay tuned to find out the latest developments. First up, here's all we know about the fighter's intentions. It's only been a week since the great King Kong suffered defeat at the hands of Andy Ruiz Jr, but it seems like he's already moved on from his 12-round decision loss and is ready to take on another challenge. That's right, even after 3 knockdowns that put his opponent in the running for the WBC heavyweight title, Ortiz has no intentions of slowing down. In an interview with the boxing scene, the fighter said that he was ready to fight either Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, or AJ before the end of this year. Up next, with his recent defeat, is Ortiz ready to take on this mission? Ortiz's last match didn't really bring him much luck. In fact, the poor man suffered the 3rd defeat of his career in the recent showdown against Andy Ruiz Jr, who's a former unified world heavyweight champion. Their bout took place in Los Angeles at the Crypto.com arena on the 4th of September, and at one point, it seemed like Ortiz wouldn't even make it to the end of the fight. But the man lived up to his alter ego, which is of course King Kong, and saw it through. He even had trouble seeing through his left eye during the fight, which might have contributed to his defeat. So towards the end of the show, Ortiz found himself on the lower end of the scores, with 111 to 114, 112 to 113, and 111 to 114 on his scoreboards coming from 3 different judges. The Cuban was still not ready to say no to fighting. Although the results of his recent fights might not have been in his favor, the 43-year-old still has a lot to offer in the ring. Moving on, with this new challenge, Ortiz is defying public expectations. The professional fighter has been facing a lot of criticism from the public after his recent loss. Many have come forward asking him to quit. These include several fight observers and even professional fighters who are asking him to retire. They seem to believe that with his age, the fighter's abilities have taken a hit. Apparently, he can no longer resist a punch the way he used to. Yikes. Seems like there's a lot of pressure on poor King Kong, but he's got a ready reply for his critics. Ortiz called them out by saying that the fighters asking him to retire were all lightweights. So basically, he said that they didn't know what they were talking about. Apart from this, Ortiz also said that he'd like to see them go fight just 1 weight class up. He also thinks that everyone against him staying in the sport won't be able to last 5 rounds if they were to make their fights a bit tougher. Well, from the looks of it, this is a touchy topic for the fighter. Ortiz went on to say, "Give me my respect. All heavyweights have or will get dropped at some point, so to say I'm old because I went down and got up, then what does that say about Fury hitting the canvas, or Joshua, or White, or Wilder? Are they old? Well, it is true. He does deserve a bit of respect for standing up in the ring and facing his opponent for 12 rounds. Lastly, how is he going to make a comeback? In his recent interview with the boxing scene, Ortiz said that he'd be willing to have a rematch with Ruiz even after this brutal defeat at his hands. But there's another match that he's been eyeing. That's right. In his interview, he brought up the upcoming bout between Fury and Joshua and said that he'd be willing to fight either of them. Originally, both Fury and Joshua were set to fight each other in Cardiff, but at the time of this interview, the details hadn't really been ironed out. In fact, it was expected that the two might even end up fighting different opponents rather than each other. So Ortiz made it pretty clear that he would be willing to fight either of them. He concluded his interview by saying, "Hey Fury and Joshua, I hear you both are looking for opponents. Well, I am down to fight either one of you. Let's see what you young lads can do against me." Well, as of right now, this highly anticipated bout is in a lot of jeopardy, and no one really knows if it'll be happening or not. It was revealed that the talks were placed on hold after the death of the Queen. Oh well, let's see what happens next. And who knows, if things don't work out between Fury and AJ, one of them might just agree to fight Ortiz in December. We're not gonna lie, it'll also be a pretty interesting match. Not nearly as interesting as the original one, but still very close. Maybe the Cuban's experience will be a point in his favor, and he might just be able to snatch a win. Although we trust that he'll go with Anthony Joshua, because Fury's swings and his ruthless strategy are definitely no match for him. That's all we have for Luis King Kong Ortiz and his offer of a fight to AJ and Fury. Now, let's catch you up with what else is going on in the sport. Here's some other news for you. First up, the Haymaker weighs in his opinion on the Fury vs. AJ bout. The former fighter David Haye has joined the conversation with some pretty interesting opinions that have left everyone in shock. Where the majority believes that Fury would be able to knock down AJ easily, Haye thinks that Joshua actually has the potential to be the most devastating heavyweight on the planet. But here's a little twist. He's doing it the wrong way. Haye thinks that AJ should change pretty much everything about his fighting style if he wants to stand a chance against Fury. In particular, he thinks that his movements and repetition should be his main focus. And not just this, the fighter also needs to find his own flow. According to him, until now, Joshua has been fighting the way he's been told to fight, which shouldn't be the case since each boxer needs their own personal style. In the end, the former fighter made a pretty bold claim, stating that only Joshua has the capability to actually defeat Fury. Yikes. Well, it seems like we'll have to wait for a bit to see how this plays out. Moving on, the Gypsy King uses his crowd to send his future opponent a message. Okay, not gonna lie, that's totally badass. From the looks of it, all the preparations for the fight have been made, but there's only one thing left. AJ is yet to sign the contract. Well, no worries, Fury's got an innovative way to get his opponent to do just that. In a recent show, Fury got hundreds of his fans to chant, "AJ signed the contract." And not just this, he even posted a clip online on Instagram. There's no denying the fact that fans, not just throughout the United Kingdom, but all over the world, are really excited for this clash. Some have even started booking hotels in the city where the showdown is set to take place. Reports claim that Joshua has agreed on a 60-40 split offer that was put forward by Fury. Well, things might be looking up right now, but no official announcement has been made regarding this fight. So let's not get our hopes up right now. Finally, Fury has got something to say to Usyk and AJ. Let's warn you beforehand, he's not exchanging niceties. In a recent video message, Tyson Fury responded to comments made by his top two rivals in the heavyweight division. First, he addressed Usyk's remark, where he said Fury was afraid to fight him. Well, the Gypsy King launched a string of cuss words in reply, and in the end, called Usyk a little sausage. His exact words were, "I'll put my fist right through the side of you, you're sausage." That's a very comical threat if you ask us. And while we're not so sure about the connection between the Ukrainian champ and sausage, but it seems like he's not the only one. Fury went on to release his frustration at Joshua for not signing his contract and called him and his manager a bunch of sausages. We really don't understand his obsession with the word, but honestly, we're all for it. Well, maybe this rather colorful message would urge AJ to reach a decision more quickly. That's a wrap for this video, folks. We hope you enjoyed today's content. What do you think of Ortiz's challenge to AJ and the Gypsy King? Can we expect a fight between any of them later this year? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more awesome videos like this. See you in the next one with the latest updates.